Hi.
Yeah.
Okay. So in our last session, we have stopped the virtual machine with
Yes, we have
init.
shut down the virtual machine using init space O.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just starting it once again. Let us see a few more commands before we go offline. Hmm. So yes, and you have also seen the process to change the root password in case you have lost the root password. Correct, Kavya?
Yes. Those commands I have, yes.
Yeah, yeah. So that is very important because at times what happens is we found that there are few mischievous administrators. So what they do is in order to harm the company, they wantedly take away their passwords with them, and they don't care to give them back to the company. That does not happen in the Western world, but um, in developing nations and a few developed nations also it happens. Okay. Yeah. So then what do? You have to crack the next administrator who is on job has to crack it open. So that
Right.
is one way to crack the root password open and still continue with the functionality. Okay. So yeah, good that you are aware of the process. It is very important. That is very
Yes.
important.
I tried 2, 3 times, so I got the keyword, I mean,
Yeah,
the commands also.
that's good. That's good. That's good. So yeah, so we have seen systemctl command, correct? We have
Yes.
seen status, we have seen start stop, we have seen disable, and similarly there is enable.
Right.
Normally we never get to see enable, but we disable, and in case if we need the service once again, then we will also enable it. Hmm? So
We started the
now
network manager and disabled the network manager. Yeah, which we don't want.
yes.
So let's say if that network manager is enabled, because it will keep running in the background, it will put load onto the system. Is that why we are stopping it?
One way of understanding things is yes, you are right. Okay.
Okay.
What will happen is if network manager is enabled, let us assume.
Okay.
Okay. What would happen is it constantly tries to fetch IP. Dynamically there are few things that it wants to change. Okay,
Okay.
to your network adapter.
Oh, okay.
So it acts on its own. So what
Oh,
happens is then even though all your configurations are correct, so few of the configurations may not accept such things and they fail. Those services fail. Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
it may interrupt your services like web service, okay, and it may interrupt. There are services like your database, your email service. You never know. It is very hard or tough to troubleshoot those kind of changes that a machine makes, the
Okay.
service makes to the other environment. Okay,
So
so we
basically, it will
wanted to
keep
make
on
sure
changing
that
the IP addresses. So because of that, we cannot handle the web services. We need a constant web IP address, right, to access also.
correct. Not only IP address, basically what it tries to do is it tries to broadcast. Basically, there's a lot of broadcast messaging that it does. Okay, that is harmful. IP
Okay.
address and all. Normally, what happens is even in DHCP, when you get an IP address, there's a lease duration normally. Okay,
Okay.
that means it is the IP address is given for a particular machine for, let us say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or there are permanent leases also in DHCP. Also there is something called as a permanent leasing. That
Okay.
means one IP address is given to that machine, that's it. It does not need a refresh. It
I
will
see.
always have as is, as the static IP works, that also works. Okay.
Okay.
So that's a different concept altogether where we permanently lease the DHCP address.
Okay, we
Okay.
permanently lease the DHCP address. Okay.
Yes. 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 Okay. Now let us see what else we can do with the configurations, rest of the configurations, and let us learn a few more things and see what are the useful things for us. Hmm? So you have also seen yum install, correct? We
Yeah,
have
yummy
seen that,
install.
yeah, we have yum package manager and we have installed that also. Hmm?
Correct.
Now, coming back to ping command we have seen,
Yes.
and there is a help for ping command. So yeah, you can go through this. There are lot many options that are available. So, and then we have also seen grep command,
Yes.
correct?
Right.
So those commands are very useful in filtering what we need. Okay,
Specific using a specific keyword, whatever we want, we can
correct,
use through
correct.
command. Grep command.
So, for example, in our earlier session, what we have done is we have checked with if config, and we
Yeah.
have checked with IP address,
Right.
ADDR, IP ADDR, and it was throwing all the adapters that it has a loopback adapter and a ENS32
ENS
adapter,
32.
which is a physical adapter.
Correct.
But now what will happen is if we wanted to, let us assume there is a system which has 10 different adapters. Okay. So
Mm.
the scroll will happen, correct?
Right.
So you will not be able to see all the information. The complete information is not there. At that point in time, you can select only the adapter which is required to be seen. Okay. And then you place it in the grep. So that is how you can filter a lot of data. Okay.
Correct.
So now let us see, a few more things. So that is, there is something called as NS lookup.
And let's look for.
NS lookup. Yeah, yeah. Okay. That's a command which, see, if config is a command. Earlier it was not working. Similar to
Correct.
that, NS lookup also is not working. It is waiting for its related packages.
Okay.
Okay.
Whenever we see this kind of an issue, it might be because there are
Yeah.
packages are not installed.
Exactly. So that is the point that I would want to make here. Okay. In future, on Linux machine, if you feel that, okay, this command has to be tried, you've tried that, but it says, okay, command not found. Then immediately what you should do is you should go to the web browser and ask, why am I unable to execute this command? Okay. So then it gives, okay, boss, you don't have that command on the machine because you have not installed a certain package. Okay.
Correct.
So what is that certain package? Okay. So yum install, and you have something called as bind utils hyphen y, bind hyphen utils. Okay. So normally what happens is there is a concept called FQDN. FQDN. I
Mm-hmm.
will try to give you the complete form for this. FQDN, full form in Linux. Okay, then Hostlinger, this is good. And I will give this in your chart window. Okay. There is a fully qualified domain name. That is what it is. FQDN. Okay. Kavya and Shiva, all of these are very basics. These
Okay.
are not at all advanced. Okay.
Okay.
And then you have something called as forward lookup zone. Okay. And then there is something called as reverse lookup. I'll tell you what these are. Okay, just stay with me for a while, because I'm just trying to find you the best of the resources that is available online and share the details with you. um, yeah, I have shared a few web links, Kavya. You can just browse them.
Okay.
Okay. uh, Similarly, for
Overall.
reverse lookup zone, uh, have okay, for reverse lookup zone also you have an article.
Okay. Forward versus reverse DNS lookup. I see.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these lookups are actually DNS servers, like IP addresses.
No, no, these are part of DNS. Okay,
Okay.
domain naming system
Domain
or
system.
domain name service or whatever you may call. Okay, you have to understand all of these, because how DNS works and all, we are trying to see command line. Okay, we
Correct.
are not, see, this is a pure command line. This is not a GUI interface. Okay,
Correct.
the moment you have a taste to this kind of command line execution, you are already a good engineer. Okay,
Yeah.
so what is the HCP? Okay, and anyways, we are making use of DHCP. Okay, but I'm not sure whether I have shared these details with you, what DHCP is. There is also an information of what DHCP is. So I would want you guys to go through these links
Okay.
to get more information on all the services that we are trying to use. Okay,
Okay.
background, all the services we are trying to use, but we are not aware of that.
Right.
Okay, so DHCP we have already used, because we fetched the IP address using DHCP. Is that
Correct.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, yum
Mhm.
install bind utils. So this is the package that we have to install to make sure that a few other commands work for
For
us.
us.
So what are those commands? Let me install this and then proceed further. Okay, it says, see, yum, what it does is it even captures the relevant supporting packages also. Okay, so you
Okay.
don't have to install everything one after the other. Okay, so it goes, searches for relevant supporting packages, and then gives you the complete installation. Okay,
Yeah.
so now if you see, let us see if it works. Yes, it is working. Okay,
Yeah.
because that greater than symbol that you see, that is the
Right.
prompt that NSLOOKUP gives.
Okay.
So see, normally what we do, google.com, that is what we type on internet web
Correct.
browser.
Yes.
Correct. So
Yes.
then what happens is, then this is what happens.
It'll give
So
us the
it goes to your
address.
gateway. Okay,
Yeah.
then it says, it fetches the data from the nearby DNS server. Okay,
Okay.
saying that, okay, what is the IP? Because the machine, none of the machines across the globe, they don't understand your English, they don't understand what is Google.
Correct.
Okay, they only understand IP address, and they only understand machine language in the form of IP address, in the form of machine language. Even they don't understand 142 250 189 14.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
and if you can carefully see, you have both the addresses, IPv4 and IPv6.
6.
Correct?
Yes.
So this form of translation from a name to an IP address is called forward lookup.
Mm.
Name to IP address, it is called forward lookup. If I give IP address 250, correct, dot
Yeah.
189 dot 14. Okay, I am giving an IP address and it is resolving it to some name. Okay, then it is called reverse lookup
Reverse
zone.
lookup.
Okay, so name it is giving it as 1AX31S16 hyphen IN hyphen F14 hyphen dot something dot net. Correct. So
Correct.
it is resolving that IP address to a particular name. This name can be a machine name in that cluster of
Yeah.
google.com. Okay,
Right.
so we never know, if it is a machine name or a cluster name or whatever it is. So Shiva, any doubt? I heard some noise.
So
No, sir.
IP address to name it is called as reverse lookup. Am I
Yeah, yeah,
correct?
yeah. Name to IP address, first of all, if I am calling you by name, okay, suppose, hey Kavya, I say, then what you say is I am available at 142.250.189.14. That is one transaction. Okay,
Yes.
so that is a forward lookup zone.
Got
Kavya
it.
is getting mapped to the IP address.
IP address.
This information is stored in DNS server. Okay,
Mm.
but if I would like to browse 142 dot, suppose I am very intelligent person, I remember all the numbers, not names. Okay, I remember all the IP
No.
addresses.
IP
So I
addresses.
type the IP address, but still it should resolve to name, correct?
Correct.
It should fetch me
The name.
google.com or the
Correct.
relevant server name.
Yes.
So that is called as reverse lookup zone or reverse lookup.
Lookup. Okay.
Okay. So that is about your
Exit maybe.
yeah. So that is about your forward lookup and
And
reverse lookup. There
so
is
this
one more
reverse and
command.
forward lookup are part of this NS lookup. These keywords
Yeah,
are
package.
commands are
Package.
part of the NS lookup command.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. NS lookup is part of that bind utils. That is the package. Bind
Okay.
utils.
Bind utils. Right.
Yeah, that is the main package. NS lookup is the command. NS lookup command, that sub package is the sub package of bind utils.
Bind utils.
Okay,
Okay.
and route space minus n. That is also one of the command that you have after bind utils. Okay.
Oh, it's giving us the destination gateway of, but this destination gateway is our is the species IP address, right? Or
No, 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 no. Gateway is your wireless router IP address. Your IP address is something different. 1 minute, please hold on. Your IP address is if config hyphen a. That's your IP address 192.168. Okay.
okay.
And to
This
be more precise, grep inet.
iNet. Oh, iNet 60.
Yeah. Just inet. I don't want inet 6, but inet. That's it. Okay. So when we discuss about IP address in our next sessions, you will come across 5 different parameters. One
Okay.
is IP address,
Mm.
another one is subnet mask. So
Subnet
in my
mask.
previous command, right, if config minus a grep inet, the first line, if you see the first line, the first
Yeah.
parameter is the IP address.
IP address.
Okay, then net mask, which is default subnet mask also. There is a broadcast address which we normally don't have an idea of. Okay,
Okay.
but that is very important. Okay,
Okay.
because when DHCP is happening, broadcast has a lot of activity to be taken care of.
I see.
Okay, and then you have gateway, internet gateway. What is your
Internet
internet gateway? 192.168.1.1, which is your wireless router.
wireless.
Okay, And then after that, your primary DNS server and secondary or alternative DNS server. So where should I go and fetch google.com, or where should I go and fetch 149 dot 180 dot something, correct? Name resolution, IP resolution, forward lookup, reverse lookup. Where do I go and search for the directory? Where is that directory? So
Right.
all that information that is there in your gateway. So what happens when you google.com, the first transaction on any machine, okay, or
Hmm.
on any network, okay, it fetches, it goes and searches there on internet. So let us assume that you are going to a new home. You are getting, all your stuff. You are getting out of the present property, and you
Okay.
are going to a new home. Okay,
Okay.
and you are setting up everything afresh.
Right.
So the moment you go there and set up you are buying a new wireless router, and then you are trying to say that, okay, I am trying to configure this wireless router. Okay. And the moment you configure the wireless router, you connect your machine to wireless router. And for the very first time, you are saying google.com. Okay. So it does not, the information does not come from the DNS server, inbuilt DNS server that is there on your home router. It goes and fetches from the internet. And while it is fetching, it will store on itself. Okay.
Okay.
Then from the second time onwards, it does not go to the internet. It fetches from your home router. If it is DNS enabled, if it is capturing the information of DNS. Got it?
Okay.
That is the reason when you browse any website for the very, very first time, it will
Right.
take some, there is some delay that you can clearly see. Okay. But from the second time onwards, it actually buffers onto your, network. And then immediately it finds the location which is quite nearby in the LAN, in your local area network.
Local
It does
area
not
network.
go to wide area network.
Okay.
So then what it does is it fetches the details from the local area network and serves you the required page. So that is what happens. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what I was trying to, explain you guys. And finally, we will do one more small experiment and then close this session. Okay. There is history, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
History.
So this is command history. Okay.
Yeah. It gives
So
us all
from
the
here, you can
commands.
prepare your notes. See, what will happen is, suppose I say that, okay, I don't want to go and type all the commands, but I would want to copy and paste the commands that are available. So let me say that, okay, I am opening a browser, internet browser, and then I say that, okay, uh, configuring Apache web server on CentOS 7.0 machine. So that is what I wanted to do. Let us
Okay.
assume. Okay.
Okay.
So here, this is there. The tutorial is there. I have gone to this tutorial, and
Right.
then what I have done is I've been given all these. I'm given all these information,
Commands
right?
to
So
install.
it says yum update, yum install, all this stuff is there.
Correct.
So I go to the first section,
Installing the Apache server.
then I say copy. So it got copied, correct?
Yes.
So now I just try and go to my virtual machine, and
So,
then I say paste. Nothing will happen. No paste.
Right
at
click
all.
will work? No, I think.
Nothing. You
No,
can try
no.
yourself. I right clicked, nothing happens here.
Oh yeah, in this copy paste doesn't work. You have to type actually.
Exactly. But we can do that. Okay. So I will show you how to do that so that your process is very quick. So now I will introduce you to something called as putty.
Oh, I'm aware of putty. I have
Yeah. Do
used
you
it.
have it on your machine?
I don't have it, but I have to install it actually. I have used
Oh,
putty though.
okay. So I'm downloading it. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm downloading putty and we will see how it works.
Windows installer.
Okay.
Yeah,
So 64-bit x86 and then putty
yeah, this is
installer
in downloads only. So
downloads
I
and
can see.
yeah, please leave the mouse, Kavya. I will operate it.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, what it does is it does not allow me to operate. Okay, so excuse me. So then that is there. Then you are.
You can go to
Uh,
downloads folder, I think.
let me just take care of that. There's a download folder, and this is your putty. Excuse
You're
me.
going to connect it through SSH if I'm not wrong.
One moment, please hold
Yeah,
on. Uh, Let me complete the installation.
yeah.
Installation is quite simple. You see that
Yeah.
you have two steps. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Then you don't need to read the file. That's okay. We can ignore ignore for a while, and then let us see if we have putty. Yeah,
That's it.
putty app is there.
And
So what would be our IP? Can you Did you make a note of the IP address?
oh,
225 to what I remember.
I think I
Uh,
can type IP space ADD.
Config
IFC config hyphen A
minus A. Yeah, 225.
192.168.
Yeah, that is anyways common. Okay. So 192,
Dot 257
168 dot
1 dot
dot 225.
225.
Leave that as it is. Okay. Then you say uh, sent OS
7.
web serve. Okay. That is what I say. And then I say save.
Okay.
Okay. And then let me see if it allows me.
Okay.
So I say open. Then this is the first time
Cached for
this
this.
message
Okay.
comes. Security alert comes for the very
Okay.
first time. That's it. Then
Okay.
you can say root. And can you give the password, please?
Is it even typing?
Yeah, yeah. You have to type the password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It logged in. Yes.
It logged in.
Yes.
So now we will minimize it. We will minimize
And
that
okay.
portion of our VMware.
Right.
Okay. One moment. I think license limitations. I lost your
Okay.
remote side. Yeah.
Give me a
So
heads
I
up.
guess you have to accept the session request. Yep.
Yeah.
Got
Okay.
it.
Cool.
So yeah. And now let us go to this web page.
Right.
It says, okay, I would want to activate the web server. Okay.
Yeah.
So now observe this. So I
Yeah.
just wanted to
Um,
copy, Control C, and paste, and -y.
hyphen Y.
So
Yes.
is it copying now?
Yes, it is copying now. Yeah. Through we're doing a different one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
So that is how it will be. Okay.
Yes, got it.
So maybe there is some problem that it does not update. Yum update minus y. So let us see what it does. This will take some time
Update
because
hyphen y. It will
all the packages that are already available
in the
existing,
in
okay,
the
they
package.
need
Yeah.
to get an updated version. So
Oh,
your
okay.
ISO has all the packages, no doubt on that. But what will
Okay.
happen is they are all, earlier versions. They are not the latest versions. So yum update is one of the command which will update all the versions, okay, that are already there. So see, it is downloading and it is updating everything. So
Right.
this depends on your internet speeds. So if your internet speed is too good, then this should run like a flight. Okay. If your internet is too poor, then I will suggest you all not to venture into this command at all. Okay.
Okay. My
So yeah, let
internet
us
is
let us just wait for a while and see if we can complete the update process successfully, and then let us see if we can proceed further with other installation tasks. So yum update is anyways getting finished, so
yeah.
we can start with the next command, this one.
Right.
Okay,
Yum
you can start
install.
with yum install httpd. So
Okay.
that is what will install the Apache web server. The
Apache
moment
website.
that is getting installed, then immediately what it does is your machine will not accept any connections because the firewall is enabled. Okay, the
Okay.
firewall will be enabled, and the firewall will not allow any connection to come into your system. Okay, so then what you have to do is you have to allow the firewall. So there are several steps in this. So what we have done, we have moved from the regular VMware direct console on the machine. We have gone to putty. We have downloaded putty and we have configured putty to enter into a session
Right.
with root privileges, not an
Yes.
ordinary user privileges. It is root
Root
privileges, super
privileges.
administrator for Linux machine. Correct? So
Yes.
then what we have done is we have, after we have logged in, we have visited the site once again where the article is neatly written along with all the commands. And then we are trying to modify the commands in accordance to what we wanted to have. Not that we have just copied and pasted it. We have made few modifications. So yum update httpd was not working for us earlier. Okay, but now what we have done is yum update, no httpd, nothing, and then we say minus y, and we said we requested the machine not to stop for yes or no for
Correct.
further messaging systems that the system will throw. Okay, the CentOS will throw. So that is the process that we followed till now. And now after update, any let it update all the packages, because these packages have come as part of the ISO file that
Yes.
we made use of during the installation process.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, after the update is there, then your machine is entirely new with all the latest packages, not the old packages.
Old packages.
Okay,
Right.
and one more point to be noted here is that there is a difference between update and upgrade. Okay, update is there. Now we are using update command. There is also a command called upgrade, so
Oh.
that will upgrade to the next version of the OS. Okay,
Oh. Okay.
so carefully use your OS means the next version of that. Subversion systems are there, right? So
Yes.
if you wanted to go to the next subversion level of the main version, then you have to use upgrade, and it may take lots of time. Upgrade process takes a lot of time. Okay, normally update process does not take a lot of time. It should be completed, maybe it will take 5 to 10 minutes, and that
So
also is dependent on your internet. So all these pointers are very important.
So
Okay.
update it does
So
the update of the packages, internal packages, what are there? Like oh, whatever new
correct,
version of the
correct,
packages.
correct, correct, correct,
Upgrade
correct.
mean it upgrades actually the OS versions
Operating
itself,
system, operating system.
operating system version itself. Right,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah. Software itself, you will find, the kernel versions will change. Everything will
Yeah.
change. Okay. Suppose 7.1.3 is there during
Uh,
our initial stages.
yes.
Okay. Now, upgrade may have 7.1.10 or 15 or whatever it is. Okay. It gets upgraded to 7.1.15 or 7.2 or 7.10. Yeah, whatever is the update
Yes.
there, upgraded version of the voice is there. You will have that version, that kernel version, upgraded, with the, it will override the older version.
Older version.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Got
yeah,
it.
this is, the difference between update and upgrade.
Okay.
I may not be true to the fullest extent, but
But
please browse and check what an update and an upgrade is in Linux. Okay, because there's a lot of information that we may not discuss
right.
during these brief calls. Okay.
Okay.
Because Linux is so vast that you cannot do it in one day or 1 hour or few sessions. It needs a lot of work. I have been doing Linux past 20 plus. I think this is my 25th year that I am into
Awesome.
Linux. Okay. So that is the reason why I know that, okay, these things work, these things don't work. Okay. So if at all you have to try on your own, then it will take a lot of time. But if you can follow the instructions carefully, this is the easiest method of configuring a machine as a web server. Okay.
As a web server.
So
Okay.
our attempt is that now we are
Yes.
configuring this as web server. Then
Right.
we can consider one more VM that can be your database server.
Database server.
Okay. Then another server that can be your email server. Correct. So your entire multi-tier architecture is going to be a reality. Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Now you have one machine. Though you have one machine, these are n number of machines. If you place this machine on LAN, okay, instead of one machine, suppose you have 4 VMs, the network will identify your machine as 5 different machines. Okay. And
Okay.
one more point that I missed all along is the operating system that your laptop is already having and you are already working with, which is your Windows 11. It is called host operating system. Okay. The operating system on your laptop, installed directly on your laptop, is called host operating system. But when you are talking about operating systems that are there in the form of virtual machines, they are called guest operating systems. Okay. So in
Okay.
an interview, let us assume that okay, they say what is the difference between host operating system and guest operating system? You said that you are a master of virtualization. What is this? So such kind of questions may come.
Oh, what's the
Okay.
difference between host operating system and guest operating system? Right.
Yes.
Got it.
Host operating system is that which is there directly on your machine.
The operating system which
Okay.
is already installed directly on my machine on the laptop is called the host operating system, whereas the
Yes.
guest
Yes.
operating system is the operating system which we installed, which are able to access or installed virtually. Those are VMs. Virtual machines are
Exactly.
called
So
the
in
guest
your
operating
case, right
systems.
now, Windows 11 is your host operating
Host
system.
operating system.
CentOS is a guest operating system.
Correct.
Okay. And this can have a hybrid variety of operating systems. VMware can have Windows, Linux, whatnot. You can see the entire list there. Okay.
Yes.
Yesterday you have selected CentOS 7.0 version,
Right.
64-bit, correct?
Yes.
If you can create one more VM and then
Okay.
check on the entire list, you have, I think, about 100 or even more than that.
Okay.
So
I'll try
that
doing it.
many,
Maybe can
that
you
many
suggest me
operating.
some VMware which we might use, like in our coming sessions, so that I'll try to install it on my own and give all these commands and try to make it work as a different new VM. Um,
Yeah,
it'll be like a practice for me also.
I will be using max 99.99999% CentOS only.
Okay.
So that is the reason why I have even introduced CentOS only.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, let us move ahead. So it says yum install.
It's completed actually. Yeah. Yum
It is
install
completed now.
HTTP.
You can have yum install httpd and hyphen y.
Even yes.
So let us remove hyphen y and see what the
Yeah.
effect is.
Yeah. I
So
think
it
it's
says,
installing.
okay, should I, yeah,
Now it's telling
total
why.
download size is so and so, installed size is so and so. Is this okay for you or not?
Right.
Then I have to say yes.
Yes. So to
So
skip
this
this
message will
yes
not
is
come. Yeah,
if we give hyphen y.
yeah. If we give half and y, never this message appears. Okay.
Correct.
Then we are done with that step. Then what is the next? So it's as simple as this. Okay. Then what you have to do is you have to just go down.
Firewall
Then
command.
1 minute. Please hold on. Agree and proceed. Then there is a firewall command. You
Right.
don't need sudo here,
So
Pavni.
because we already gave permissions, right? Like we kind of
We are already in the root.
root. We are already in the root. Yes.
If you have logged into the system using a normal user credentials, then you have to make use of sudo. Otherwise, not required.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is one more command which says I have to execute this. I
So,
blindly execute it. That's it.
yes.
Okay. I
Firewall and
may or may not know. I may be a master of Linux or not, but
correct.
still, I'm just copying, pasting, enjoying my life. Okay. And then this one. So this is how simple it is.
Reloaded.
Let
Where to
let
put
us
all
see
the
the
info.
output. Yeah.
Checking a web browser. Oh, now we are going to see if the HTTP is actually work installed properly or not by using the start command.
Okay.
Yeah, it
So
worked.
how do you see the status? Stay.
State system control. I mean system CTL status space.
Is it active?
Yes, it is active. It's running. Active, active, running.
It's running. And how do
Yes.
you check it? Okay. How do you check it is, let us anyways give this, and we say 192
Like
128.1.225. Is that
225.
correct?
225 only. Yes.
225 correct?
Yes.
So it should throw a page. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Testing. One, two, three. Okay.
So where
That's
this
an
has
Apache
come
HTTP server
from
because
your
we from a
this server.
Apache server, like web server.
Yeah. Suppose if I say, let us just check whether it has come from here or not. I
Okay.
am stopping the service,
Yes.
stopped it.
And then
Okay.
again, it's
Then
takes
one moment. Please hold on. Please hold on. Please hold on. The screen is not refreshing that fast. So
okay. From your
yeah,
end, I see. Got it.
yeah. From my end, it is taking some more time. So please hold on. Yeah. So now, so it is going round and round. What it says,
Yeah.
this site cannot be reached. That
Reached.
means
It's definitely
it is definitely coming from our server.
server.
Okay. So then you can check its status.
It's inactive.
It is inactive, dead. So then what you can do is you can say start or restart. You can do anything.
Okay.
Okay. Then once again you check your status. Then you refresh it. That's it.
Right.
Okay.
This server is powered by the CentOS.
Yeah.
Got
Did you like the session?
Yes. I was not even
Awesome.
aware that we could do something like this. So
That's what I am, giving you all the knowledge that I have gained past 25 years.
yeah.
Okay.
So when you're these kind of things when we are doing it, right? So Generally, where do we use this, like web servers? Where, like, we're building the web server through this? Is that the thing which you're trying to do? Or
Suppose you wanted a web server.
okay,
Okay, in your project, let us assume you are trying to build some pages, web pages,
right?
HTML pages.
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
and you wanted to check those pages are rightly designed or they are just awfully wrong. Okay, how do you check? Basically, okay, so on your Windows machine you will install some XYZ software, third party software, okay,
correct.
which you do not have any control on, correct?
Yeah,
But
okay,
here you have the total control, so you understand the server, the web server, then where is the home page getting installed, where is the home page getting stored, index.html or index.php, correct?
right.
So all that entire structure you will be doing yourself. If you are using a third party tool, you will have no clue of what is happening behind.
I see. Okay,
So here you will understand, okay, there is a web server. Okay, now there is a directory. I have to go into the directory. I have to create files. I have to create database. Database has to be attached like this. Database is another VM. It is not the same VM.
correct,
Okay,
correct.
then you understand IP address, right? So,
Yes,
okay, database is there in 192, 168, 1.220. But whereas web server is there in 225. Another server is there in 115. Another server is there in 110, like that. So that is how you build a bigger picture of a multi-tier architecture.
got it.
So
Okay,
that's the real power, and we will also see in future how MQTT Explorer can fetch a lot of data.
okay,
Okay, so
okay,
that's it for today.
okay.
So review, share the videos
Yeah,
because these
I'll share
videos
the
are
video
very
right now.
important for many of us. Even it will be a good thing for me to review. And in case I missed any points, I would touch upon them in my future session. A review session can be there where you can have questions, a lot of questions.
So,
Okay.
okay, I for just for my practice, let's say I want to create a new VM, like virtual
Mm,
machine.
mm.
What do you think would be the best one for me to just, for practicing and everything on
Just
this command?
shut this machine down. Okay.
Okay.
Just shut this machine down.
Uh-huh.
And I guess you have a lot of hard disks, USB hard disks, correct?
I don't have them. I can get one if I want.
Then purchase them. Okay,
Okay.
purchase one and
Mm,
then store these in the folder of under my name, Amrit. Okay,
okay.
then place all of these, cut the folders from the
Okay.
location. You have seen the location of the virtual machines also, correct?
Yeah, it's in
So
this. Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I think I have them.
and there, after shutting it
Yeah,
down,
it's there in
you
this.
move that entire folder. Okay,
Okay.
I will show you that process also next. In my next session, I will show you the process of
Okay.
moving the entire folder structure. And we can, if you have the second machine, I can even show you how this can be, the same folder can be used on the second machine without having to
Um,
create all of these installation commands.
okay. I'll try to get a hard disk if I can by the next session or so.
Yeah, yeah,
Tomorrow is the next session, right? And by now
yeah.
only. Okay. So
Oh,
the other one, actually, I have one more piece, a laptop, but that's in Mac OS though.
that's just fine. That's just fine.
That's
See,
fine,
we
right?
will use that Mac laptop for browsing
What is browsing?
our
Okay.
project.
Okay.
Okay. The rest of the things what we will configure here.
Okay. Fine.
So we are also having a Mac. We are also having a Linux.
You're
We are
having Windows.
having Windows. We are having multiple Linux. We can even work with Fedora, Ubuntu, all that we will work so that you
Okay.
can understand the different configurations, because you have configured, etc, sysconfig, network scripts, ifcfg dot conf file, right?
Confirm. Yes.
ENS32 conf file, but
Confirm.
it will be different there in Ubuntu. It will not be the
Ah.
same.
Oh, okay. Ubuntu commands are different, you mean to tell.
Yep, command will be different. The configuration files are different. Then you will come to understand that, okay, this is how we have to build a Fedora or a Ubuntu or another Debian. So
Okay.
these are all famous flavors
Linux.
of Linux.
Linux.
Yep.
Okay.
And the more knowledge you have, the best are the chances for you to crack a interview.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one more thing is, you may have few friends there who would also want to learn similar technologies.
Correct.
Uh, yeah, you can introduce them to me.
Okay.
Yeah. We will see how we can commercially do something very useful there.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'll look around also. Whoever wants to learn all these things.
Just keep talking. Maybe people will pick up few pointers from you, and then
Sure.
they will ask you, "Hey, Kavya, I am interested. So can you help me connect with that person?"
Yeah, sure.
So then you can send me the Zoom, and you can also introduce them to different tools that we are trying to use to make it a grand success.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
I can do.
Okay
Yeah.
then. Bye bye. Take care.
Uh,